Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking or tackling a question that's probably crossed many of your minds or many of our minds. Can gaming actually be good for you? For years, I think gaming has a bad bit of mixed reputation, often painted with a brush of usually negativity. So, but what if I told you that in the right doses, gaming can actually offer some benefits for our brains, our social lives, or even overall well being. So, now before we dive in, let's be clear. Before we start this, I want to be clear. Like anything in good in life, moderation is key. The keyword is moderation. I'm not advocating for gaming for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you know. But when you enjoy responsibly, the virtual worlds, or the gaming we explore can actually be powerful tools for personal growth. And yes, as long as it's in moderation. I just want to be clear before we start this short commentary video. But yeah, let's start with our brains. Think about it, like many games demand quick thinking, problem solving, and some strategic planning. For example, puzzle games, for instance. I think puzzle games, they're fantastic for improving our logic, critical thinking. Role-playing games often requires players to manage resources, make tough decisions in games, and plan long-term strategies. So even fast-paced action games, first-person shooter, it can enhance our reaction times and especially hand-eye coordination, which is, I think, is just a very good thing. But studies have shown that gamers often exhibit better decision-making skills under pressure, and they can provide process visual information more quickly than non-gamers. It's kind of like a mental workout, keeping your brain agile and sharp. I don't know, I think gaming can be good, especially for, I don't know, it's just my thought. I think gaming would probably help older people as well if they have time. I want to be like that. If I'm old, I want to still play game until I die. Cuz I think it keeps your, if when you're old, your body is deteriorating, you can't do much stuff. And I think the next is your brain probably. I think playing is a good way of exercising your brain and making it still work even if you're old. That's why I fancy the old people who plays games on YouTube or Twitch. I usually follow them. They're kind of cool because I want to be like that when I'm their age. And I think beyond just some quick reflexes, gaming can be a fantastic way of improving your problem solving skills. Every game we play presents a challenge, and finding solutions is part of the fun. Especially if you're playing like a puzzle game. For example, you're playing like Blueprints, Outer Wilds. Those are very good games for, like really challenging your brain of, or just thinking out of the box. Whether you're figuring out how to defeat like a difficult boss, navigating a complex labyrinth, or maybe optimizing your city building infrastructure in a simulation game. For example, I think Satisfactory or Factorio trying to optimize everything. I think those games are good for fucking nerds with ADHD. You're gonna be good with those games. I'm kind of not good into that. I haven't delved into this, but probably next time I'll try to those. I have those games which I haven't really touched, but I'm thinking of trying those games in myself. I'm more of a puzzle guy, so you're constantly trying to exercise your problem solving muscles in a way. And let's not forget, I think one thing is creativity. I don't play these games, but games like Minecraft, Roblox, or anything essentially where you build base freely, any survival games. It's like basically a digital canvas, allowing players to build entire worlds from scratch, design intricate, picking contraptions or building, and express yourselves in so many imaginative ways. If you watch, I mean, I don't play Minecraft or Roblox, but dude, if you see the structures that people build in Minecraft, it takes so much time and creativity to do that. Not a normal person cannot do that. A creative one will. And this kind of creative play can spark like an innovation that can extend actually far beyond the screen. Most of the people who does play Minecraft or Roblox, I think some of them are like an artist in real life, or like some people who are into gaming. Usually, they're I don't know. It's just my how do I say? It's just my observation. It's not 100% accurate, but it's just my observation based from the most of the people that I know. But some of the people that I know who games a lot, some of them are like artists in real life. For example, I'm gonna use myself as an example. I'm like a big gamer, especially when I was a kid. Until now, I'm an adult. I'm like 31 years old. So, and my work is comic books. I color comics for a living, and I love gaming because I use it as an excuse to expand my visual library. But I just use it as a cope to just play games. But yeah, it extends far beyond the screen. So now, this one might surprise some of you, but gaming can be incredibly social or kind of improve your social skills a bit. I mean, not so much. I know there's like a cliche or connotation about gamer, like gamers are like socially awkward and stuff. They usually stay at home. I mean, we usually stay at home. Gone are the days that when gaming was seen as a like an isolating activity, unless you're playing like a single player game. Which is I'm the way that my path is right now. Online multiplayer games kind of bring people, together from all corners of the globe. You're like kind of collaborating with teammates, strategizing together, celebrating victories as a group, and these interactions can build like strong friendships, improve communication skills. I don't know about that, but it can improve. It can improve, and it can also teach valuable lessons in teamwork, leadership. Maybe not much, if you're playing like sweats, but yeah, it can also, esports, for example, is a like a testament to the power of competitive gaming. It brings communities together, forging incredible bonds, and it's about more than just playing. It's about connecting, and you know, especially during the pandemic, I know a lot of us met our best of bestest friends through online or got close to certain people that through some games. I've experienced that myself during the pandemic, or I mean, not during the pandemic, but some of my best buddies are like my brothers that and from different mothers. We bond through gaming, and I think that once a week where we played at night, some online games. I treasure those moments, and I think it makes our friendship more deep, by bonding like that. And I also met a lot of people through gaming that I've still been good friends with them until now. One of my closest friends, we met through a game, R6 Rainbow Six Siege, which is I never played that game again. I quit playing that game, but I met one of my closest friends through that game, which is a very random day. I just posted like a meme about R6, and I didn't know he was playing that game, and we ended up being good friends up until now. So yeah, and I think one of the example that I can relate about social connections or improving communication skills is if you're streaming. For example, me, I used to stream before when I have good internet. If you don't know, guys, I'm gonna go a tangent on this. I was a streamer before, like a year ago, but right now I stopped streaming for like almost half a year, or maybe I mean a year. I stopped streaming for a year. I used to stream on Twitch. I'm almost close to 1,000 subscribers during that time, and before that, I used to stream on Facebook as well. I have like over 2K followers there, something. But I ended up transitioning to Twitch after a year, and I almost gonna hit 1K, but I have to move out into a new place, and where I live right now, and the place I live right now really don't have good internet. My internet is very slow, like really slow. Don't ask me how slow, but it's fucking slow. Because the condo doesn't have any like fiber connections, and I need to wait for another 6 months and to try to find a new place where I can get faster internet. So I stopped streaming for a while, and I one of the reasons I started streaming is just to improve my communication skills or English skills. For example, making this channel, I'm not really good at English. For those of you who doesn't know, it's not my second native language. And I used this channel and my Twitch before to just improve my communication skills. And I think it helped me a lot. Believe it or not, talking in my mic and speaking to like I average about 20 to 30 viewers usually. So that's a lot of people, if you look into it. That's a lot of people. It's not 100 but 30. Imagine it in a single room. It's a lot of people. And I think I improve a lot my communication skills by streaming. I try my best to speak in English every time, even though some of my viewers are not really English, but I try my best like 80% of the time to speak in English, especially if there's like a non-Filipino viewers. I try to accommodate everyone, and I use it as a time to practice my English, and it helped me improve a lot. And I can honestly say I really improve a lot, especially speaking in front of camera. I built the confidence that I can speak, especially in English. So yeah, that helped me a lot. Streaming and gaming, it helped me a lot more than in my school. I'm not gonna lie, and it's a big claim, but yeah, if you're try it, just try this speaking in your with your own self, and I think it's gonna help you improve a lot when it comes to communication skills. And but yeah, let's be honest, life can be stressful, and sometimes a bit of escapism is exactly what we need. You know, gaming can be a fantastic way of unwinding to de-stress. Losing yourself in a compelling story or just challenging puzzle can provide a much needed mental break from all the daily pressures, from work or whatever you're dealing with life. But moreover, games can also help us develop emotional regulation, dealing with setbacks, learning from mistakes, persisting through challenges can build resilience and a sense of accomplishments, which are, I think, crucial for navigating real world difficulties. And the satisfaction of overcoming in game obstacle can be incredibly, empowering. For example, me, I'm an athlete. I think I mentioned it a bunch of times. I'm like a kind of an elite in my sport. So I use gaming as a disconnection through my training. If I have a bad training, I try to forget it. I just game when I get home and relax. And I forget it. I move on the next day, just go train again. And yeah, when I have a big game coming, especially this weekend, I have nationals coming in. So I just busy myself with just playing games after work, just to not think about the game itself, or I mean the competition, until the day of the competition. It's really good. I mean, in my benefit, really use it to de-stress. It's my form of de-stressing. Maybe some other people can do other way, but for me, it's the best. My best de-stressing is just playing games, being immersed to the game that I play. Parkouring in Assassin's Creed, playing Resident Evil. But yeah, it helps me de-stress a lot. You know, and I think one of the good thing is something from persisting through challenges, building resilience. I end up liking Souls game because of that, and I think it also translates into in my sport, or in real life, being stuck with a boss, not quitting until you defeat it. I think that can also translate in my sport and real life, not being a quitter, just persisting through all the challenges and sufferings, and overcoming in it is a very good feeling. So as you can see, the world of gaming offers us surprising array of benefits from kind of boosting our brains to build communities. But I want to reiterate again the crucial point is moderation is absolute essential. Like a healthy diet or a good exercise routine, gaming thrives on balance. It's about integrating it thoughtfully into your life, alongside with other activities like spending time with family, friends, pursuing other hobbies if you have, and then staying physically active. You know, when we approach gaming with a mindful perspective, it kind of transforms from a potential distraction into a powerful tool from a personal growth, learning, and connection. Yeah, I think gaming is also like reading a book. It can be like that. Reading a book, watching a documentary or something. It's just the same with other, hobbies that you do. That's why I hate when people say gaming is bad. I mean, it's bad if you doing it too much and not neglecting other stuff. But it's just the same with watching fucking, I don't know, Netflix all day. If you watch Netflix all day, it's bad as well. Everything is bad if it's too much. But if it's in moderation, it can help you a lot. And I think one of the things that I've been trying to do right now is trying to reduce doom scrolling. Every time I doom scroll, I just open my Steam Deck and play games. I think it's a much more healthier way of dealing with boredom than just doom scrolling. I don't see any benefits of doom scrolling, to be honest. And it's one of the things that I've been changing for this year. But yeah, what are your thoughts? If you play, do you game? What benefits did you experience this kind of benefits? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and the usual YouTube shit, just like, share, subscribe for, and yeah, thanks for watching and happy gaming. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.